You've been a big supporter of political candidates, probably more Republican than Democratic, candidates who support your views, and that's very common in the United States. Do you feel you've gotten your money's worth by supporting these candidates? Do they listen to you, or they already have the views that you had and you're just supporting them because they already had those views?
So I think, most importantly, I want to support people who stand for personal freedom, who believe in limited government, who want to protect the American dream, and who care deeply about education. In fact, one of the first significant fundraisers that was done for President Obama was done in the office of Citadel, because President Obama came to me and said, I will be the education president. And there's nothing more important to me than the education of our youth. That's like top of list to me, is we provide for our children the opportunities that our parents and that we have had. So having said that, once people are in office, they're going to by and large do what they're going to do. And I'm pretty consumed with my day job.
So when you call somebody you've given a contribution to, do they take the call right away? Or they just say, well, I'm too busy?
I don't know if it has to do with contribution as much as it has to do with the thought that we are thoughtful partners. So for example, in the early days of the pandemic, we had a family that was in Wuhan. And the United States had arranged for one flight to go to Wuhan to bring Americans out of the city. And I had the opportunity with Secretary Pompeo to really get to the heart of the matter, which is how many Americans are in Wuhan. And we ended up working with the Secretary of State in funding 5 or 6 flights that went to Wuhan that brought hundreds of Americans home at the start of the pandemic. With the Trump administration, we were involved in some of the conceptualization of Operation Warp Speed, the importance of the United States supporting vaccine manufacturers and purchasing vaccines of unknown efficacy before they went through the FDA trials, all about accelerating time to market. And you saw that when the vaccines were finally approved by the FDA, we were able to immunize tens of millions of Americans in the blink of an eye in retrospect. And that has to go back to the origin of Operation Warp Speed. So having those contacts in Washington can be very important in certain points in time.